At first, like, I was a bit nervous and like, she put me out so at ease. It was great, and we had so much in common. Like,
I don't know, before I met him, I'm not going to lie, you have an image in your head of what you think they might look like. You are anxious, but it's normal. It kind of makes you a bit more excited. And I think if you didn't feel that, then there's something missing.
Inside my ass! Kiss my ass!
it's just something new. Like, I'm going out running, and the only time I do running is running from the police. That I am like Linford Christie. Got a white version.
Runs off of a chocolate bar.
I feel really comfortable with Josh. I did as soon as I met him. Josh is a polite boy. He's the kind of boy that will open the door for you, and he really cares about his mum. And I remember going back to probation and saying to Hannah, I really like him. You know, from the first meeting, she said, wait a minute, just remember of what he's capable of. Let me just bring you down a minute. And I kind of went, yeah, true.
I was a good kid really till about 13. My dad left my mum, which I found was a bit hard. I was crying and everything because I used to go everywhere with my dad. I didn't care what anyone said, done. Mum would try to tell me off. I'll just jump out the bedroom window or whatever, you know what I mean? She couldn't control it, even though she tried. And then I just got into loads of trouble doing everything. Burgling houses and stuff like that, and just being a little terror on the estate, you know. I had a few short prison sentences from when I was 16 to 18, you know, like 6 months. They were just doing 6 months and 4 months, and you know, I weren't learning a lesson. So, but then I got an 8 years. 4 year, 2 months I'd done out of it, and that made me realise like you got to sort your life out and change now, innit? You know what I mean? So I come here, got out, and then started up with a mentoring thing.
I grew up on a council estate, and I've seen good guys choose the wrong path. If I could be a part of somebody not going back to prison and creating an amazing life or a complete new path, then, you know, I will. And I think it's a great opportunity.
You ready to get beat?
Oh! Did you just take it there?
Yeah, I took it there.
I went back to asking Josh about his offences one day. I don't know what came over me, to be honest. We was on a run and we was having a bit of a laugh, to be honest, about some of the stupid stuff that he's done, because I said, you should have picked something else because that's clearly not, you're not good at it, you know. Telling me when he's ended up in ditches and with nothing and dogs sniffing him out and losing his glasses. And I thought, you know what, now's the right time to just ask him about his offence. But he then opened up and started talking about what had happened and whatnot.
The main offence that I went for was I robbed someone's house while they was in, so we threatened them in that house. I don't know how I could do that to somebody, but at the time I wasn't bothered. It was just about getting some money for me. I don't care about anybody else. When I was that age then, I didn't care what happened to me. Anything could have happened to me. I didn't care. So why should I care about anyone else? If I don't care about myself, why should I care about anyone else?
It was nice to know that he was comfortable enough to tell me. I just listened really when he was speaking, because I just thought, wow, you know, for him to actually start saying all these things, he knows that I trusted him and I like him enough to know that, you know, I'm not going to judge him. And that's important to me, to know that he knows that I'm not going to judge him. Before I met him, I was told that he was doing all right, but he took a dip. And in that dip, he'd been hanging about at houses where people were taking drugs and drinking, and his test came back as he'd been taking drugs, and, you know, he just needs some sort of guidance kind of thing.
I think it was Hannah, my probation. It was her that made me realise that people do actually care. She heard a record about me of like, he's uncontrollable, you got a positive drug test. If it was someone else, they would have just recalled me straight away. I think I knew that she cared because she didn't want me to actually go back to jail. She just took the right step and said, well, why aren't you going home? You're going to get told off by your mum. My mum found out, she went mad, she grounded me. Because I think she knew that I wanted to change, but I was just finding it hard And I think that she took the right step.
As of today, I can obviously now tell you that
I'm no longer
you're no longer registered. And that's to your credit, Josh.
Yeah.
You know, that's because of the hard work and effort that you've put in. And obviously other agencies that worked alongside you to provide you with that support. But it's now what you do going forward, you know, and that responsibility that you've got to maybe give something back, contribute, you know, and live a better life.
Josh started working and unfortunately he missed the date for a payday. He had to wait weeks until we got paid, and he kind of went on a little downward spiral where he was calling me saying, do they want me to reoffend because I've got no money? I thought, right, I need to see him because I don't know what's going on in his head.
This day my mate come and he's like, oh yeah, I've got to go out robbing something, do you want to come and that? I was like, yeah, sweet. I'm coming, you know, I need some money and I'm on my arse, I need some money, I can't survive out here with no money.
I said, I understand, don't get me wrong, I've been in a situation where I've had no money myself. I said, I know how stressful it can be. I said, but 3 weeks or 6 years in prison, what do you want? Yeah, I know, but, you know, and it was literally, I felt like I had to kind of show him how far he's come and award him on that.
He come back about 10:30 it was, he come back. And he said, right, you coming now? I said, nah, I'm not coming now. He's like, why? I said, what's the point? And then he said, if I got all this, yeah, what, and go back to jail for what? For a couple of £100 or something, a couple of grand or something, what? I'm doing what? At least double figures, so no chance. I ain't doing nothing. I'm staying in my house tonight. He's like, oh, you're a shitbag. Why? You said that you're gonna go out and now you're not going out. I said, I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it.
And I just said to him, did you just hear yourself? I said, do you know how well you did to not even, you know, to turn him away? I said, and all I could think of was just praising him on that, because to me, that's the biggest thing ever. Do you know, like, you had it there to go and do it, and you said no, you made a choice. And I'm trying to make him realise, you made a choice, Josh, and you made a brilliant one. And I think he was more concentrating on the fact that, like, oh, you know, I slipped back into that kind of mentality. But I'm saying, do you know what? You gained something massive from this. You made a choice and you made the right one. I'm so proud of you. And, you know, it was so nice because we walked back and I felt like he'd finally understood, you know.
I'm used to just hanging about with friends that commit crime. I haven't got friends that will go out and try new things. So the mental of those things is to get me out and make myself more confident. I never knew working was so good. It just makes you feel good. It makes me feel good anyway. So we're all setting up a 5-a-side team up through work. And it was Jody that made me realise that if I know if I go with people from work, then it's straight to the gym and coming home.
When you think about things to do, no one really thinks of the theatre, and if they do, they think of musical theatre. And I know a lot of the guys are like, I'm not going to watch someone dancing around.
Like, when I thought going to the theatre, I thought it was going to be like, oh, is it going to be boring, sitting here for an hour or something. When I got here, it was good. My mates used to say, like, when they used to see me about 5, 6 o'clock, where you going? Going out with a mentor. Who's your mentor? Woman from probation. Why are you going out with that? Why are you doing that? Because I want him, innit? What's
really hard is trying not to create a friendship as such. And I say that only because when I leave Josh, I don't want to feel like something's missing. I want to feel like something's gained. You know what I mean? So getting to that point where it's like, right, you trust me, you're comfortable with me, we have a good time together, we've made lots of progress, but wait a minute, I'm not your friend. This relationship won't continue after we exit you.
I miss going to see Jody, but we do stay in contact. And if I do need her, or if I've ever got a problem, I can always phone her. If I still need her, she'll always be there. This is the longest I've ever been out of jail. I don't even think about committing crime anymore.
I'm not trying to spin, it's just my long legs.